Good morning, students. So I hope you are following the classes, and if any doubts are there, you can definitely contact us. And today we are continuing the last session, that is trigonometry. In the last session we discussed that the relation among the units of degrees, that is units of angle, degrees, radians and gradients. The relation among degrees, radians and gradients. So we discussed that 180 degrees is equals to pi radians, that is equivalent to, we have 200 gradients. So this is the relation we have. Or else we can also write 360 degrees equal to 2 pi radians, that is equivalent to 400 gradients. Now some examples we can discuss it here. Before going to that, what you can say here is 180 degrees equal to pi radians. Then 1 degree is equals to pi by 180 radians. Or else you can also write 1 radian is equals to, 1 radian equal to, we can write as a 180 by pi degrees. So 180 by pi degrees, and 1 radian we can write as 180 by pi value. You know the pi value is 22 by 7. So 22 by 7, and it is 180 into 7 by 22. This is, you will get 57.7 degrees. So 1 radian is equals to 57.7 degrees. Therefore, you can understand that 1 degree is equivalent to pi by 180 radians, or 1 radian is equals to 180 by pi degrees. Now I am going to take like this, you can understand. So pi by 3 radians is there. I want it in degrees. In degrees, how much here? So 1 radian is pi by 180 by pi degrees. So here 1 radian place you can write 180 degrees by pi. Therefore I can do like this here. So pi by 3 into radian place you can write 180 by pi. Then 180 degrees by pi means here 180 by 3, that is how much here? 60 degrees. So pi by 3 radians is 60 degrees. Or else if you have some 45 degrees is there. So 45 degrees I want it in radians. 45 degrees I want it in radians here. So 45 degrees, if you want to find it in radians, say 1 degree equal to pi by 180 radians. 1 degree equal to pi by 180 radians. Then I can write like this: 45 degrees equal to, so 1 degree pi by 180 radians. Pi by 180 radians means, so 45 degrees is 45 into pi by 180 radians here. Then how many times cancels here? 45 here, 4 times cancel. Then it is equivalent to pi by 4 radians here. So pi by 4 radians we can say. So like that, if you want to convert radians into degrees, you have to multiply that with 180 by pi. If you want to convert degrees into radians, you have to multiply with pi by 180. And you have to find a few examples. Okay, for practice, you have to find the examples like this. Here, I am going to give you that convert the following into radians. Convert the following into radians. 1 30 degrees, 2 120 degrees, 3 135 degrees, 4 150 degrees. So you convert these into radians. Similarly, convert the following into degrees. So 1 pi by 6, 2 pi by 6, 3 2 pi by 3, 4 here 5 pi by 8, 5 pi by 9 you take it here. Next 6, 3 pi by 4. So these you convert into degrees. So these are the examples you have to be practice it. Now we are going to discuss. So mostly we need mainly the conversions between degrees and radians. We won't be use much gradients units. So that's why we are discussing the examples of radians to degrees conversion, degrees to radians conversions. Okay. Next we are going to discuss the measurement of positive and negative angles. So measurement of positive and negative angles. Here, if you observe it, so measurement of positive and negative angles. So measurement of positive and negative angles in the sense, if you observe the coordinate system, if you take in the coordinate system like this is a coordinate system, that is x dash, y dash, like this is the coordinate system we have. In this, if you observe, if you take a ray, so if you take a ray means, this is what we can write a arrow, which is, this is tail, this is arrow, this is what we can call it as a ray. Okay. Now, here, if a ray is there, which is OA, it is lies along the positive x-axis. Because this positive x-axis lies along the positive x-axis, then it's not making any angle with positive x-axis, we say. Let us suppose if it is rotating in the anti-clockwise direction, clockwise direction, anti-clockwise, or else we can also call it as a counter-clockwise direction. If you follow like this is what we can call clockwise. CW will write. We will be following opposite direction. This is counter-clockwise, or else we can also write, say as a anti-clockwise or anti-clockwise. See, clockwise means the pointer in the clock, in what direction it is rotates, that is clockwise. The pointer in the clock, which is in opposite directions, means that is anti-clockwise. So this is, we can also write ACW, anti-clockwise direction. So clockwise means the the pointer in the clock in which direction it is rotates, that is clockwise, and this is anti-clockwise direction. Suppose if the ray, whatever the ray you taken here you observe the ray is there like this. This is with positive x-axis, is the origin, y dash. If the ray is rotating in the clockwise, rotating in the anti-clockwise, ACW, like this, anti-clockwise. So this is OA. So the angle of this ray with respect to positive x-axis, that is we are going to measure by taking in what direction? Anti-clockwise direction. So when we are measuring in anti-clockwise direction, that angle is positive, we will be taking. So the sign convention for the angle when we are measuring in the anti-clockwise direction, we will make it as a positive. This is plus some theta. So because it is in anti-clockwise direction, so the angle measured in anti-clockwise direction is taken as a positive. The angle measured in anti-clockwise direction is taken as positive. Similarly, if you taken the angle measured in the anti-clockwise direction is positive. Now clockwise, if you observe, so if you taken the ray, like just you observe like this. This is x, y, x dash, y dash. Now at the origin, the ray is like this, OA. Now the angle made by the ray with the positive x-axis, that is we are measuring in the clockwise direction. So when you are measuring the angle in clockwise direction, so this is we can clockwise direction, when you measure the angle, that we can give negative sign for it. So this is minus theta. So the angle measured in the clockwise direction is taken as negative. The angle measured in clockwise, direction is taken as negative. And so you can observe that one thing, examples. If this is the ray is there like this, actually this is what angle between y and x and y here. X and y is, what is the angle? 90 degrees or right angle, we can say. 90 degrees or right angle. So or else we can say in radians it is pi by 2 radians. It is pi by 2 radians. Now if you make it bisect, if you are bisecting this angle, bisecting means exactly you are making half. If you make half, 90 becomes 45 and 45. Suppose if the this one is there, the ray is in this direction. If the ray is exactly like this, what do you say the angle? The angle between them is half of the 90, that is 45 degrees, or else in radians we can write half of the pi by 2, that is pi by 4. So it is you can see the half is pi by 4 radians. Now are 45 degrees. Now you can observe one thing. If one angle is like this, it is there. If the ray is here, if the ray is here, this is OA. Now exactly it is makes from positive x-axis, what is the angle taken here is, so if you are measuring in the counterclockwise or anti-clockwise direction, this is one quarter is 90 degrees, this is one more quarter, that is 90, 90, 90, here is 180, 180, and it is exactly the bisecting the 90 of this third quadrant. So it is, this is pi by 2, this is pi by 2, this is pi by 4. Totally what is the angle here? Pi by 2 plus pi by 2 plus pi by 4, because this is 45 degrees. Or else here we can also write 2 pi by 4, 2 pi by 4, pi by 4. So 2 pi by 4 plus 2 pi by 4, 4 pi by 4 plus pi by 4 means 5 pi by 4. So what is the total angle here? It is total angle we can say as 5 pi by 4. So what sign here? It is in anti-clockwise. So we are keeping what? Positive sign. Or else if it is in opposite direction, if you are taken, that time will be make it as a what? Clockwise direction if you taken, that time we can make it as a what? See, same here. If you measure the angle in this way, if you measure the angle in other direction like this, so it is we measured in the anti-clockwise. That's why we took as positive sign for it. If you measure the angle in the opposite direction, means in the clockwise direction. If we measure the angle in clockwise direction, this is clockwise. Then it is 2 pi by 4. Okay, so 2 45s are there here, and it is 145. Then how much it is there? 2 45s plus 145 plus 345 degrees. So 3 into pi by 4, because 145 is pi by 4 here. 245 here 145, so totally 345 degrees are there. So what is the angle is 3 pi by 4. And what about the sign here? The sign is what we measured, this angle in what direction we measured here? Clockwise direction. So what is the sign convention we take for this is negative in sign. So like that you have to understand that if you measure the angle in the anti-clockwise direction, then it is in what? Positive, and the clockwise direction means it is in negative, we will be taking the sign convention. Next we are going to discuss the 6 basic trigonometric functions. What are the 6 basic trigonometric functions are there that we are going to discuss it. Now here we took a coordinate system, and in this we taken a circle whose radius is r, and it is a positive x-axis, negative x-axis, positive y-axis and negative y-axis. And this radius vector, radius is rotating in the anti-clockwise direction like this. So anti-clockwise direction in the sense the angle whatever is there, no, that angle we can measure it is positive. So this is the angle is theta. It is not exactly 40, that's why we don't know how much angle it is, that's why we take it as a theta. Now if you draw the normal, so if you draw the normal onto the x-axis from this point P, this you take as the origin O, and this is you taken as a point A. From a point A, if you take normal onto this positive x-axis, so this is normal. So this normal is A, B, and this is OB. And this normal we are drawing on the x-axis means this is the what is the angle made by it here. This angle is right angular 90 degrees. Now in this triangle OAB, the side which is opposite to angle, the side which is opposite to the angle, see, the side which is opposite to the angle, this side is called as the opposite side. This is called opposite side. And the side which is adjacent to angle, the side which is adjacent to the angle is called as the adjacent side. Adjacent side. And the side which is exactly opposite to the 90 degrees, the side which is exactly opposite to the 90 degrees, that is what we can call it as a hypotenuse. Hypotenuse. Like this we have this triangle. Then the 6 trigonometric ratio, the basic 6 trigonometric ratios are nothing but sin theta, cos theta, tan theta, secant theta, cosecant theta, cot theta. All of these what we can call it as a basic trigonometric functions. In these, the basic trigonometric functions, sin theta, if you are taken, sin theta is nothing but opposite side by, we can write as a opposite side by hypotenuse. Opposite side by hypotenuse. So that is opposite side is AB, by hypotenuse is OA. Similarly, cos theta is nothing but adjacent side by hypotenuse. So adjacent side is OB, by hypotenuse is OA. OB by OA. Similarly, if you taken the tan theta, so tan theta is nothing but opposite side by adjacent side, opposite side by adjacent side, that is AB by OB, AB by OB. And the other trigonometric ratios, so that is cosec theta, cosecant theta is just a reciprocal, means inverse of this sin theta. That is, we can write as a hypotenuse by opposite side. So hypotenuse by opposite side. So hypotenuse by opposite side means this is just inverse of reciprocal of it, that is OA by AB. Similarly, secant theta is also the inverse of this one, cos theta, that is hypotenuse by adjacent side, that is we can write as a OB by OA. And cot theta you can also as a reciprocal of tan theta, then we can write as a adjacent side by reverse of it, adjacent side by what? Opposite side, that is OB by AB. So OB by AB. Then we can able to find the what some relations, the relations between what these trigonometric ratios. The relation between the trigonometric ratios are what we are going to discuss it. So these are the basic trigonometric ratios. So what is the relation between these also we can going to discuss it now. The relations between trigonometric ratios. Yes, you studied now that sin theta and cosecant theta, they are reciprocal to each other. Then we can write sin theta as 1 by cosecant theta. Similarly, cos theta and secant theta are also the reciprocal to each other. Then we can also write cos theta as 1 by secant theta. And also the tan theta and the cot theta, they are also reciprocal to each other. Then we can write tan theta as 1 by cot theta. And the relation between sine and cos is we have sine square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1. Sine square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. This also you can prove from the Pythagoras theorem. So in right angle triangle, if you taken, if the sides are there, the sides are, one is, if you have taken the, one is 4, another one is 3. If it is right angle triangle according to Pythagoras theorem, if it is A, B, C is there, so under root of this is what actually hypotenuse, under root of 3 square plus 4 square, that is what 5 will come. Root over 9 plus 16 means 5 will come. So this is the right angle triangle. Then sine square theta. Sine theta is what? If you taken the angle theta here, what about the sine theta? Sine theta is equals to, sine theta is nothing but what? Opposite side by hypotenuse, that is 4 by 5. And cos theta means what we have here? Adjacent side by hypotenuse, that is 3 by 5. Then if you take it, sine square theta plus cos square theta, if you are taken, then 4 by 5 whole square plus 3 by 5 whole square, then what you will get? 16 by 5 plus 9 by 5, 25. Then you will get 25 by 25 means 1 you will get it. So sine square theta plus cos square theta is nothing but 1. That is generally you can take it from the triangle also, you can understand that relation. In this you can also write what? Sine square theta equal to 1 minus, you can also write as a 1 minus cos square theta. Otherwise cos square theta means you can also write as a 1 minus sine square theta. So that is the way you can also write. And also you can take one more relation between the sine, what? Tan, secant, and we have the relation between the cosecant and cot. You can write like this: secant square theta minus tan square theta equal to 1. Secant square theta minus tan square theta equal to 1. So how it is there in the sense, secant means 1 by cos square theta minus tan square means sine square. So I will write the relation, first one, this one here. Tan theta is nothing but sine theta by cos theta, you can write. So you can observe that tan theta means opposite side by adjacent side. This also you can write like this: opposite by hypotenuse and adjacent by hypotenuse. If you write like that, opposite by hypotenuse is sine theta and adjacent side by, anyhow if you write like this also no change, hypotenuse is going to be cancelled. That's why opposite by hypotenuse means sine theta you can write, and adjacent side by hypotenuse means you can write cos theta. So tan theta can be written as sine theta by or cos theta. That is what we wrote. And also you can write the thing like this. If you observe the relation between secant and tan, you can write like this here: secant square theta minus tan square theta is equals to 1. So secant means we have 1 by cos. Cos means 1 by secant, secant means 1 by cos. So 1 by cos square theta minus tan theta means sin theta by cos theta means sin square theta by cos square theta. That is cos square theta. If you take LCM, in the numerator what is there? 1 minus sin square theta. So 1 minus sin square theta means what? That is cos square theta only or not? So now what is happened here? 1 minus sin square theta by cos square theta means 1 minus sin square theta means cos square theta by cos square theta. That is equal to what? 1 only. Similarly, cosecant square theta minus cot square theta equal to 1. Cosecant theta means what you can write here? Sin theta equal to 1 by cosecant theta, and cosecant theta means you can write 1 by sin theta. So 1 by sin square theta minus cot theta means what here? Actually, tan theta means sin theta by cos theta. And we discussed cot theta, tan theta reciprocal to each other. Then tan theta, cot theta reciprocal to each other means if tan theta is sin by cos, cot theta is cos theta by sin theta. So you can understand like that. If the reciprocal means the cot theta is cos theta by sin theta. So cot theta plus you can write here cos square theta by sin square theta. That is equal to 1 minus LCM is sin square theta 1 minus cos square theta. That is sin square theta. 1 minus cos square theta is what? Here sin square theta. Then we have sin square theta by sin square theta. That is equal to 1 you will get. So cos square theta minus sin square theta is 1. So like this we can have the relations between the what? Basic trigonometric functions. The relations you need to be remember. Next we will go for the discussion of what is the sign convention for the trigonometric ratio in different quadrants. So what is the sign convention for the trigonometric ratios in different quadrants? We are going to discuss it. So signs of trigonometric ratios in different quadrants. Now if you are taken the coordinate system like this, if you taken the coordinate system x minus x, y minus y, and this is we can call it as a first quadrant. So first quadrant means x axis positive and y axis also be positive in this, and this is we can call it as a second quadrant. This is we can call as second quadrant. Here x axis negative and y positive. Okay, next one, third quadrant. In third quadrant, x negative as well as the y is also negative. So x is negative and y is also be negative. And this is the fourth quadrant. If it is in the fourth quadrant, x is positive and y is negative. So based on this, we can able to understand that the trigonometric ratios in these quadrants, whether they are positive or negative, then we can check it now. Suppose if I take the coordinate system like this, and first I am choosing the first quadrant. So y minus y, x here minus x. If you observe this quadrant, I can tell you one thing here. If the ray is there like this, so we always measure the angle with respect to positive x-axis. If the ray lies along the positive x-axis means theta equal to what? 0 we can say. It is along the x-axis. Now if it is makes an angle, makes an angle with the x-axis like this is there, OA. Now it makes an angle that is theta, we can write. Now from this, if it is finished one rotation, means what? From this, if it is finished one rotation like this, so what is the angle? It has to be a complete rotation means what is this angle? 2 pi r naught. Complete one angle means 2 pi. So 2 pi in the sense again what it is getting? It is coming to the same position. Once complete rotation means initially where it is started, it is coming back to the same position. So that's why even shall I write like this here? So if I write like this, if it is we can observe that theta and 2 pi plus theta, it is not makes much difference. It will not makes any difference. Why? Theta and 2 pi plus theta is having the same value, we can observe here. Because it is one complete rotation. One complete rotation means again it is started and coming back to the same position. That's why what we can say it is one complete rotation is finished means again it is coming back to the same position. Then 2 pi plus theta and theta, it has the same value. And even you can also understand that 4 pi plus theta. So two complete rotations are over. So 4 pi plus theta also having the same value. Similarly 6 pi plus theta also having the same value. So theta or 2 pi plus theta or 4 pi plus theta or 6 pi plus theta, it is having the same value only. Because same angle only. Because one complete rotation is over means again it is coming back to the same position. So you can there is not makes any difference between theta and 2 pi plus theta. That's why what we can say theta and 2 pi plus theta, 4 pi plus theta and 6 pi plus theta all are having the same thing, same angle with respect to positive x-axis. Okay. Now you observe one thing that here we are going to discuss the one thing. It is theta, which is in what quadrant here? First quadrant. So first quadrant. So first quadrant means 0 to, this is 0. When it is lies here, it is 0. And it is y-axis means 90 degrees. So in between 0 and it is 90. Okay. So it lies between 0 and 90 means I will write this is in first quadrant which angle lies means that is 90 minus theta. Why? It is 0 no. So more than 0 and less than 90. So this angle in first quadrant, what is the angle lies here? 90 minus theta. And if you begin from here, if you starting from here, you came on complete rotation. If you finished means what is over? What is over? I told you. You finished one complete rotation means 2 pi radians is over. 2 pi radians means what you can say 360 degrees in degrees. Okay. So 360 degrees, and now additionally how much angle it was there? Theta. Then this can be, we can also say as 360 what? Plus theta. So what you can say 90 minus theta, or else you can also say the first quadrant as 360 plus theta, because from this beginning positive x-axis you are already again you came back to positive x-axis. From this we make an angle theta. So 360 extra whatever the angle is lies between these between the x to y, that angle is theta. Okay, so that's why the first quadrant you can also say that 90 minus theta, 90, so 0 from here, 90 less than 90 minus theta, or else from here one complete rotation is 360 plus theta. Like that we can also say second quadrant 90 above 90, so 90 plus theta, or else we can also say 180 minus theta. Like that, what we can say the different angles for the different coordinates that we are going to discuss it, and we can also discuss the sign conventions of trigonometric ratios in different coordinates. So just you have to understand the logic here, because if you by heart it in that every time if you by heart, what happens means if you not understand the concepts well, when you want to recollect it, sometimes you are unable to recollect those. But if you know how it will come, if you know the concept well, means any time you can able to recollect the formula just by drawing the coordinate system. That's why the better you have to follow the according to the coordinate system instead of by hearting the sign conventions and all. Then you can remember for long time, and wherever you want to use, you can use it directly that time. So that and all we will be discussing the next session. So once you follow the lower standard things, again we will be come back to the next class. That time we will finish this sign convention rules. So take care, have a nice day, and whatever the doubts are there, just you can chat and you can send the homework also. And soon we will be going to start the live classes also. Till that extent, so we will be YouTube classes. We are planning to start from the next Monday onwards. Okay, so take care, have a nice day, bye.